compound form, it should be the reaction between what? Zinc powder, okay, zinc powder dan hydrochloric acid. Sebab itulah bila saya tengok jota, saya akan fokuskan kepada cara label. Mostly dia lukis tetapi dia tak label what is the exactly mass of the zinc powder yang digunakan, and then what is the specific volume and concentration from the procedure given. So mostly dia tak label dekat situ, just drawing. Okay, itu the problem for the pre-lab. Okay, and then the fokus kita adalah ini the main of the experiment kita. We need to find out what is the empirical formula ataupun the molecular formula, empirical formula of the formula unit dalam zinc chloride. Kalau ikut theoretical, formula dia adalah ZnCl2. Okay, the target of the experiment, we need to prove is it we can get a similar empirical formula according to the theoretical. So kita nak buktikan kita dapat tak sama macam teori. Itu main of the experiment. But for right now, according to our situation, kita tak boleh masuk lab. So what should you do? We need to study according to the virtual experiment. What is the virtual experiment? Hopefully we study the experiment according for this video. Boleh dengar tak? Jelas tak?
This experiment is carried
Boleh, medium.
Boleh Okay.
Medium, slow, medium.
Slow sangat
in a sample needed. Zinc chloride is produced
Dah full dah ni.
of zinc
Tak apa. You go through dulu, tak apa, nanti saya akan discuss lagi according to the content of this video. And after turning class, I akan forward sekali lagi link video for this experiment untuk guide you untuk buat writing report.
zinc and acid will be mixed in this crucible. First, weigh the zinc powder. Is it necessary to record the mass of the crucible when the air bubble simply be pressed to get the mass of zinc? Place approximately 0.25 grams of zinc into the crucible. Record its exact mass. Measure approximately 10 milliliters of 6 molar hydrochloric acid using a measuring cylinder. Hydrochloric acid is a mixture of hydrogen chloride and water.
Okay, saya pause dekat sini. Okay, when I recheck your pre-lab writing report, okay, the problem here at this area. Okay, so according to your drawing, some student dia measure hydrochloric acid by using the test tube. So this test tube is not suitable to measure the solution. Some student dia measure solution guna beaker, so salah. So kita nak guna apa? Sebab dia dah bagi specific volume 10 mil. So bila 10 mil, the accurate measurement, we need to use the measuring cylinder. So cara you lukis pun kena lukis measuring cylinder.
Pure hydrogen exists as gas at room temperature. What will happen when hydrochloric acid is added to zinc? What will be observed? The observation can be predicted by referring to the chemical equation. At room condition, the stable form of hydrogen is diatomic molecule in gaseous state. So most probably, the formation of gas bubbles will be observed. Hydrogen gas is liberated from the reaction of zinc and hydrochloric acid. Add more hydrochloric acid and keep stirring until all zinc has dissolved. The reaction is less vigorous than before because less amount of zinc is left in the mixture. Some of it has already changed to zinc chloride.
Okay, so for this procedure, you can refer to the step number 3. Okay, according to the step number 3, dia kata carefully added the 10 ml of 6 molar of the zinc chloride. Okay, 10 molar, 10 volume, 6 molarity of the hydrochloric acid. So this solution should be handled at the fume cupboard. So daripada pre-lab yang saya check, okay, ada yang buat drawing fume cupboard lah. So the next part, the mostly totally dia sukar untuk lukis glass rod dekat sini. So tujuan kita nak make sure our solution is homogeneous. So you must be stir it, okay. So during the first, the hydrochloric acid is mixed into the zinc powder, we can refer to the dia punya emulsion, maksudnya dia akan jadi bubble. So sebab tu dia kata add slowly. Kenapa? Hydrogen gas will release. Tapi bila kita masukkan lebih banyak hydrochloric acid, so bubble gas tu dah kurang, and then turn kita adalah to stir the solution to make sure the solution become homogeneous.
Once all zinc has dissolved, stop adding hydrochloric acid even if there is hydrochloric acid left in the measuring cylinder. Next, proceed with the heating process.
Okay, so before we heating, okay, you must be checked first either the zinc powder already dissolved with the hydrochloric acid or not. Kalau dia tak dissolve, according to the procedure number 4, dia kata kalau tak dissolve, masuk lagi 5 ml hydrochloric acid, tetapi kita check, make sure bila kita add up the more hydrochloric acid, okay, jangan lebih daripada 20 ml. Kenapa? Sebab bila kita undergo proses heating, kita nak make sure our compound produce is totally dry. So bila banyak hydrochloric acid, so acid tersebut akan jadi excess and it require a lot of time. So masa kita akan ambil lebih banyak lah untuk check produk kita terhasil.
Can you name the substances removed from the mixture during the heating process?
Okay, so kalau you tengok dekat video ni, kamu akan nampak the gas was released during heating. So the gases should be hydrogen gas. Sebab tu dia kata masa kita nak masukkan hydrochloric acid with the zinc, make sure it occur far away from the fire source. Kenapa? Hydrogen gas is easier undergoes to the explosion. So this is a process of cooling, this is a process of heating until we get the substance. So our substance should be solid,
We remove mixture with handle the crucible with care. Use the white tile to support the crucible, prevent it from slipping. Leave the crucible cool to room temperature. The crucible is not hot enough. It can be touched comfortably using bare hands. Weigh the mass of the crucible and dry mixture.
So remember, bila kita guna analytical balance, the mass must be recorded according to the 4 significant figure. So the answer should be 0.000 gram. Itu starting lah. So kalau data tu bagi specific data, maksudnya dia bagi katakanlah 56.7895. So kita kena ambil semua record data from the balance tersebut.
Mixture is dry. Therefore, it is believed that zinc is left in the crucible. What if it is not true? How to measure? Reheat the mixture again. If the mixture is really dry, no more hydrogen chloride and water can be. Theoretically, the mass of the crucible plus mixture after the second heating will be equal to the mass of the crucible plus mixture after the first heating. But if the mixture is not really dry, the remaining hydrogen chloride and water will be removed. The mass of the crucible plus mixture after the second heating will be less than the mass of the crucible plus mixture after the first heating.
Okay, so yang dikata tadi, okay, procedure number 8. Okay, ramai yang tertinggal dekat situ. Dia berlaku reheat. Okay, so what happened? So this heating occur not according to the 2 times, maybe 3, 4 and so on. Target kita adalah our substance should be totally dry. So bila dia totally dry, it should be given the second heating is less value than the first heating. Okay, tapi sampai bila this process heating, weighing should be occur according to repetition, procedure number 8, 9 dan 10. Yang ramai tertinggal, you must be find out the differences data from the first and second heating should be less than 0.02 gram.
Repeat the heating, and weigh process until the mass after heating and the mass after the next reheating is constant. Or for this experiment, 0.02 grams of error is acceptable.
This part, dia target dia. So maksudnya dia nak, kalaulah differences data tersebut dapat 0.02, we can stop to our experiment. This is a common problem occur.
Sometimes the zinc powder contains impurities that does not react with hydrochloric acid. Check whether the solid left in the mixture is zinc or impurities. Add more hydrochloric acid. If the solid is not zinc, there will be no reaction and no gas bubbles will be formed. If the solid is zinc, there will be reaction and gas bubbles will be formed. If that happens, you may need to add more than 10 milliliters of hydrochloric acid. That is why it is not necessary to measure the accurate volume of hydrochloric acid.
Yang ini prosedur dia kacau-kacau, target dia mesti homogeneous solution sebelum kita
Gas
heating.
bubbles are formed on the surface of the solid. Most probably, all zinc has reacted. Adding too much hydrochloric acid will only make it longer to dry the mixture. Sometimes, the mass of the crucible plus mixture after the second heating is higher than the mass of the crucible plus mixture after the first heating. This happens especially when the crucible is not covered during the cooling process.
Okay, done. Okay, so tak apa, nanti saya akan share semula link video ini untuk you study semula to guide you untuk prepare the writing report. Okay, so kita go through apa yang terkandung selepas daripada you run the experiment. Okay, kalau you masuk lab kita buat hands on, tapi sekarang tak boleh, sebab itulah kita consider as our video. Okay, so during the experiment, we need to find out the empirical formula. So, bila empirical formula, our target should be in item measurement of the mass. Okay. So, what happened? Hopefully, you already go through to the Google site and already download the template of the writing report. Okay. So, saya nak you pindahkan tabel ini ke dalam ini. Okay, dah download belum? Dah download ke belum? Okay, kalau tak download, tak jadi masalah. You can write by your own hands on. Guna kertas biasa, tak jadi masalah, test pad. Tetapi dalam writing report should be have the first title. How you come out the title, you just copy the title from the experiment 1, which is a determination of the what? Formula unit of a compound. Objective, just copy from the lab manual, number 1. Number 2, we have a 2 objective. Theory, so you copy from the concept introduction. Okay, so how you write down the introduction from the lab manual? Either you write based onto your own word according to the summarization, ataupun kalau kita tak boleh buat summary, you boleh copy je. Copy all the sentence from the introduction. So sebenarnya 3 kriteria ini ada markah dia tersendiri. Jangan tinggal. Okay. And then for the third part yang saya nak you buat adalah procedure. Okay. According to the procedure, when I check a jotter, sums of one of the jotter ke two of the jotter, I check. Okay. So tak perlu guna template ini untuk buat jotter. Buat jotter hanya guna kertas kosong sahaja. Bila nak guna template ini? Bila kita nak buat writing report. So in writing report, procedure must be write in the passive sentence. Saya dah ajar minggu lepas macam mana nak buat passive sentence Okay, passive sentence, yes. Azim, kenapa nak tanya?
Tak ada.
Tak ada, okay. So just convert all the procedure into the passive sentence. Okay, right now, after the experiment, we must collect the data. Okay, saya bagi you salin Okay, the first, this is our target data kita. Okay, daripada procedure experiment, okay, the mixtures between zinc powder and hydrochloric acid before heating, okay, it should be homogeneous solution. So this the part of area dia masukkan zinc powder and hydrochloric acid. We stir it, okay, make sure homogeneous solution form. No precipitate, no solid exist at this area, dan baru kita heating by using the hot plate. So during heating, bila dia nak reach to the end point, so bubble, okay, we release out. Kenapa? Sebabnya dia akan bebaskan hydrogen gas. Inilah target yang kita nak. Okay, which is bila you nak timbang, our product should be totally dry. Tapi bila kita check, our first heating masih lagi nampak basah, bermaksud ini tidak lagi kering. Tetapi kita boleh ukur dulu berapa mass dia yang pertama, first reading. Okay. And what happened? We reheat again dalam a few minutes, which is 1 to 2 minutes, okay? And then kita compare the data. Kita panas balik, timbang balik, dan kita tengok the second heating. Is that we can have differences between two data. Target kita, data Y should be less than data X. Sebabnya bila kita buat repetition heating, semestinya hydrogen gas release, water already removed, so means the compound is totally dry. Okay, so dekat bahagian table result, okay, construct the table. Okay, I want you copy this table, okay, into the area of table result. Clear? Tak saya buka kat bahagian yang besar sikit. Okay, for this. Okay, so the first target experiment, we should measure the mass of crucible and lid. But according to the video given tadi, dia tak ada lid, bermaksud label dia adalah mass of crucible. Tapi sekarang saya nak letak lid. So means the data for first reading adalah 59.489. Ini adalah mass yang pertama, which is the empty crucible without any substance. Next procedure, okay, we open the analytical balance and we add 0.25 gram, okay, of zinc powder. Tetapi when we measure, when we handle the experiment, kita payah nak dapat exactly 0.25. For disease, the data given from the balance is 59.7434 gram. Okay, and then your task is calculate the mass of zinc powder. So, zinc powder here. Wafa, macam mana nak kira mass zinc powder? The step calculation similar as the pre-lab question given last week. Macam mana nak kira, Wafa?
Mass of crucible lead plus zinc powder tolak dengan mass first tu.
Okay, good, correct. So, if I label here is A, B, nak dapatkan mass zinc powder means the B data minus A data. So, this is your task during you writing your writing report. Okay, and then after the solution become homogeneous, we heat the substance and our product we can call as a zinc chloride. And when we trace no solution ataupun no liquid occur, so only the substance in form of solid phases, so we measure the mass. And the mass of the first substance is 16.0530 gram. Okay, and then we reheat again, we weighing again, and the second mass will become 16.0436. Okay, so the question is why? Okay, why? The data I already given to you, only we just consider 2 refutation experiment. Kenapa saya tak bagi 3 data? Bacaan ketiga, bacaan keempat, and so on. Maksudnya repetition ini mesti diulang sehingga kita nak make sure the compound is totally dry. Macam mana saya tahu compound tu totally dry? Macam mana saya boleh tahu? Saya boleh stop the experiment. Safia, macam mana saya nak tahu saya boleh stop eksperimen?
Bila dia bila dia zinc tu dah dry, memang.
Okay, kita dapat tengok zinc tu dah dry. Maybe compound zinc chloride terhasil tersebut masih lagi ada substance liquid dalam tu. Dia mesti ada air sikit-sikit ke, dia basah lagi. Tapi macam mana kita nak tahu secara nyata yang menunjukkan kita boleh stop eksperimen tersebut? Ada satu requirement dalam prosedur. Prosedur nombor berapa?
Medium, tak. Saya
Tak jelas.
Sebab
Tak dengar, okay.
Soalan saya tu.
Okay, tak apa. Saya nak tanya Fatihah.
Ya.
Fatihah, macam mana saya boleh nak pastikan data saya hanya 2 je, bukan 3, bukan 4 and so on? Macam mana saya nak stop? Eksperimen saya hanya second heating saja. Bukan third and so on. Prosedur nombor berapa?
Solid substance.
Okay, after dapat solid substance, kita timbang kan? Okay, and then kalau saya repeat pun bacaan ketiga, okay, bacaan ketiga, katakanlah saya repeat bacaan ketiga dan data tersebut akan bagi mass. Saya repeat lagi bacaan keempat, data tersebut pun baru boleh bagi mass. Tapi masalahnya sekarang, berapa kali yang patut saya nak buat eksperimen tersebut supaya saya boleh yakin saya boleh stop eksperimen saya? Kamu rasa? Dalam video tadi dia ada cakap dan saya ada ulas sikit. Boleh? Ada idea? Tak ada idea? Okay, Masita? Boleh tolong Masita? Okay, ada jawapan dah. Cuba perasan, Syawin dah respon. Okay, cuba tengok dekat ruangan chat, Syawin dah respon. Thank you Syawin. Okay, so procedure number 8 dia dah kata, okay, kita nak tahu eksperimen kita tu boleh berhenti ataupun tidak, kita kena check. Sekiranya kita dapat 2 bacaan, so we have a 2 differences data and we check the second data is less than first data. Means kita boleh assume, kita punya substance is completely dry. Tetapi kita nak confirmkan, kita boleh ke berhenti eksperimen? You must be check the differences 2 data here. The larger value minus the smallest value should be, differences of them must be less than 0.02 gram. Okay, so tolong check sekarang Syafi'i. Cuba tolakkan, dapat tak less than 0.02 from the data given? Cuba Syafi'i. Betul tak? Tolong saya tekan calculator. Kalau tidak, kita kena cari data yang ketiga. Nilai besar tolak nilai kecil. Betul tak dapat kurang daripada 0.02? Boleh Syafi'i? Tekan calculator. Apa dapat?
Dapat apa ni? Dapat 9.4.
9.4, 10 kuasa
Jadi 3.
3. Okay, thank you. So bila we check differences between two data, 9.4 times 10 to the power of negative 3, is that the value is less than 0.02? Yes. So bila kita check nilai tersebut sangat-sangat kecil dan kurang daripada 0.02, bermaksud eksperimen kita hanya berhenti sampai second hitting sahaja. Tetapi kalaulah kita check bacaan kedua, okay, tolak bacaan ataupun bacaan pertama, tolak bacaan kedua nilai dia lebih besar, kita kena ulang repetition kita, which is panas balik and then wagging balik bacaan ketiga. Masih lagi besar. Prosedur yang sama, ambil bacaan keempat. Sampailah you dapat the first differences less than 0.02. Second, repetition tersebut we can get from the consistent data. Maksudnya consistent data, bacaan dia adalah tidak berubah. Okay, next. Okay, so saya nak panggil seorang Syazani. Tak nak, tadi dah panggil. Siapa saya jangan panggil lah. Nurin Jazlina. Nurin, tolong saya Nurin. Macam mana nak dapatkan mass zinc chloride? Macam mana nak dapat mass zinc chloride Nurin? Saya nak dapatkan mass zinc chloride sekarang. Macam mana nak dapatkan dia? Dia sama macam kiraan dalam pre-lab hari tu. So bila saya check pre-lab, mostly student dapat highest 18 dan above. Okay, macam mana dapat mass zinc chloride? Tolak. Okay, siapa tolak siapa? Nilai mana tolak nilai mana?
Nilai first hitting tolak second tu.
Okay, kalau first hitting tolak second hitting, dia masih lagi compound yang sama. Maksudnya, first hitting, second hitting adalah bacaan mass crucible tambah lead, tambah zinc chloride. Kita nak mass zinc chloride sahaja. Kalau kita tolak first dengan second, itu guide kita untuk stop eksperimen. Tapi kita nak mass zinc chloride sahaja. So, macam mana? Umi, Safia Umi, Syarifah Umi. Umi, macam mana Umi?
First hitting tolak dengan A.
Okay. Sekarang ini kita nak yang ini sahaja. Zinc chloride compound. So semestinya mestilah nilai mass yang kita dapat antara dua bacaan ini tolakkan the empty crucible. Maksudnya bacaan A. Tetapi which data should be refer? Kena pilih second hitting. Tak boleh ambil first hitting. Tadi Umi cakap first hitting, cannot. Dia kena ambil second hitting. Kenapa second hitting? Because second hitting here is less value than first hitting. So kita boleh assume, oh bacaan kedua kita dapat totally dry of the zinc chloride compound. So means bacaan kedua ini saya label dia huruf C. So I can get the mass zinc chloride. So the step should be data C minus A. So maksudnya nak dapat zinc chloride dekat sini, nilai C 16.0438 minus A data. So kita akan dapat mass of zinc chloride. Okay, so saya nak tanya lagi. Irfan, macam mana dapat mass chlorine? Macam mana saya nak dapatkan mass chlorine? Macam mana nak dapatkan mass chlorine pula? Kamu nak buat eksperimen, nak buat writing report ni sekarang. How you get mass chlorine? Tadi kita dapat zinc chloride. Saya nak chlorine sahaja. What should we do? Kita nak chlorine ni only. So kita nak buang zinc. Macam mana kita nak kira dia?
Tolak mass of zinc.
Yes, betul. So maksudnya mass untuk zinc chloride yang dah kira tadi tolak sahaja dengan zinc powder. So I label sini adalah huruf D. So mean nak dapatkan chlorine adalah data C minus A tadi, nilai dia kita tolakkan sahaja dengan data D. So kamu akan dapat nilai mass of zinc, mass of a chlorine. So target kita adalah empirical formula of a zinc chloride. So kita tahu zinc chloride kita consist zinc dan juga chlorine atom. What should you do next? You must be construct empirical formula. So means, okay, you proceed, take out the data from our calculation tadi. Okay, so you construct the empirical formula table. Our element for today is zinc and also chlorine atom. So construct the empirical formula. The first is mass, and then moles, and then ratio. Okay. So I want a focus for this area. During the calculation in from the data experiment, maybe you dapat zinc dekat sini contoh 2.3. Contoh chlorine kita dapat 3.7. Okay. So during tutorial session, I said that in calculation empirical formula, we do not round off the ratio. Tak boleh round off, tapi kita kena darab dengan whole number to make sure kita dapat totally whole number. Tetapi from this experiment, tak perlu darabkan any whole number. Saya nak you terus je ambil nilai yang kita buat calculation ini. Kenapa? Daripada nilai ini kita boleh trace, okay, kita ada problem dari segi eksperimen. So kita boleh buat conclusion lepas you buat table. So therefore empirical ataupun formula unit, okay, empirical formula of zinc chloride is equal to Zn 2.3 and chlorine 3.7. Sebabnya kenapa? Daripada nilai ini dah nampak dah data kita agak pelik. So bila pelik, sebab itulah kita akan masuk dekat bahagian another step, discussion for this area. Okay, ni saya dah terangkan tadi. Okay, ini you complete the table masukkan the table given dan dekat bahagian calculation buat empirical formula table. Chlorine, zinc. Okay, and then empirical formula, berikan dia berapa. So saya cakap tadi kalau kita dapat data macam saya bagi tadi, Zn 2.3, chlorine 3.9 contoh. Okay, so kita kena discuss why kita punya empirical formula begitu dalam bahagian discussion. So means in discussion you must be give a sentence. Discuss why our empirical formula not exactly same in theoretical. So kalau ikut teori, okay, empirical formula compound kita should be ZnCl2. But in experiment, from the data calculation, we get Zn 2.3, chlorine, contoh 3.9. So dalam discussion area, you must be discuss why the data cannot exactly same as a theoretical. So nak buat apa dalam discussion? Step pertama, saya nak you discuss. Okay, so you must be state theoretical value. Theory value which is empirical, spelling salah, empirical formula of a zinc chloride compound. Okay, of zinc chloride. Okay, nyatakanlah. And then discussion nombor 2, I want you state experiment data ataupun experiment value which is empirical formula of zinc chloride tu. Okay, so dalam discussion dia mesti ayat yang lengkap. Tak boleh you buat nombor 1 ZnCl2, nombor 2 Zn 2.3, chlorine 3.9. Cannot. Discussion is the sentence, tetapi tak perlu buat paragraph. You can do by the numbering. Okay. Number 3, you kena discuss differences. So maksudnya you discuss differences. Okay, between them. Okay, and then contoh ayat nombor 3 ni kita boleh cerita the theoretical ataupun the experiment of empirical formula zinc chloride compound is not exactly same as a theoretical value because some error occur during the experiment. So itu adalah statement nombor 3. Okay. So maksudnya discussion ini you kena discuss either sama ke beza. Okay. And then number 4, kita kena discuss the sources of error. Kita dah buat ayat tadi dekat nombor 3. So dia tak sama. So bila tak sama, you kata oh sums of error occur during experiment. They are number 1 apa? Number 2 apa? Nombor 3 apa? Minimum 3 errors during experiment. How you find out the error? You study semula video yang saya share tadi. Error tu boleh kita come out daripada sums problem during experiment. So maksudnya dia ada dekat bahagian at the end of the video. You boleh ambil dekat situ tapi you buat olahan ayat. Okay. Nombor 5. Okay. Inside the discussion area, kita dah nyatakan punca masalah eksperimen. Kenapa tak sama dengan teori? So nombor 5, kita kena terangkan precaution step. Maksudnya, how you overcome, how to overcome the errors. So maksudnya kalau you ada 3 error, overcome kamu juga mesti ada 3. Dia mesti selari. Contoh, error pertama kamu kata the zinc is not completely dissolved with the hydrochloric acid before heating the compound. So therefore, okay, the mass was affected. So how you overcome the error? Nak buat apa? You kena stir lah. So stir the mixtures of the zinc and hydrochloric acid to make sure the solution is homogeneous before heating them. So dia akan elak lah. Okay, kita akan dapat exactly mass. Okay, so dalam discussion saya ulang, saya perlukan 5 kriteria ini. Dapat? Boleh? Ada soalan nak tanya? These 5 criteria yang saya perlukan dalam in your discussion. Tak perlu buat paragraph, hanya buat sentence sahaja. Maksudnya boleh buat ayat numbering, tapi ayat dia full sentence. Okay.
Madam.
Yes.
Kalau yang apa tu nombor 3 tu kan kalau dia punya result sama, untuk nombor 4 dengan 5 nak buat macam mana?
Okay, good soalan. Okay. Walaupun semasa nanti dekat universiti ke ataupun you diberi peluang untuk masuk lab, kamu dapat nilai eksperimen sama macam teori. Sebenarnya error masih lagi wujud, tetapi minimum error. So maksudnya dekat nombor 4, nombor 5 ini perlu lagi diterangkan. Tetapi maybe 1 error wujud ataupun 2 error yang wujud. So dia tak pernah kita, sebab kita bukan saintis, kita bukan perfect masa kita buat eksperimen. Probability memang ada error sepanjang eksperimen. So kita kena terangkan juga. So bukannya kita sukses eksperimen, no. So walaupun kita dapat sama, masih lagi ada sedikit error wujud. So kita kena terangkan at least 1 ataupun 2 error untuk kita discuss semasa eksperimen tu berlaku. Boleh? Dapat kalau you masuk lab nantilah kalau you dapat sama. Itu yang berlaku dalam physical chemistry. So kita bukan perfect. So bila kita cakap kita bukan perfect, bermaksud during experiment some error wujud, cuma minimum error occur. Okay, boleh Dina? Ada soalan lain? Okay, so soalan lain? Tak ada? Faham? Ya?
Nombor 4 dengan 5 tu boleh buat box tak?
Okay, good question. Boleh. Lepas you buat ayat nombor 3, you construct table, maksudnya differences. So you kat sini you buat error, okay, and then sini you buat precaution ataupun how to overcome. Okay, boleh? So maksudnya you label sini nombor 1, error nombor 1, precaution nombor 1, dia mesti selari. So buat row yang kedua, error nombor 2, precaution nombor 2. So maksudnya jawapan tadi adalah boleh. Boleh buat table, tak jadi masalah. Tapi ayat mesti full sentence. Okay, lagi? Ada soalan? Tak ada? Faham Nanti study balik video untuk you ambil balik data for the experiment. Okay, so 5 je saya nak dalam discussion kamu. Tapi ayat mesti fully sentence. Okay, next part. Okay, after discussion, kita kena completekan eksperimen kita. So, which is according to the conclusion. For your information, conclusion dia adalah answers the objective. So, kita trace dah tadi, we have a 2 objective, means you have a 2 conclusion. Contoh, objektif yang pertama tadi, dicerita pasal apa objektif pertama? Sekarang kita buat conclusion Ayat conclusion adalah ambil daripada ayat objektif. Okay, so kita nak buat conclusion. Okay, conclusion adalah menjawab kepada objektif. So, macam mana you nak olah ayat objektif nombor 1? Contoh, eksperimen kita tadi kita dapat ZnCl4. Contoh. Okay, ini adalah eksperimen data. Okay, so the first objective adalah synthesize a zinc chloride compound. Okay, so macam mana you nak buat ayat supaya jadi conclusion? You olah balik ayat ini supaya dia pas. So macam mana? Zinc chloride compound was synthesized by the reaction between zinc powder and hydrochloric acid. Done for the first conclusion. Dapat? Okay, itu conclusion nombor 1. Okay, next. Okay. Conclusion nombor 2 adalah objektif nombor 2. Objektif nombor kata adalah determine formula unit. So, mana formula unit dalam eksperimen kita? Ini. So, maksudnya objektif nombor 2 ni mesti menjawab data eksperimen, bukan data teori. Sebab data teori is ZnCl2. So, your conclusion must be answer bermula pada ayat ini. Olah balik. So, the formula unit of a zinc chloride is ZnCl4. So, baru dapat markah conclusion 1. Kalau you ambil theoretical, salah. Sebab teori ni memang confirm betul. Sebab kita buat eksperimen nak buktikan sama tak macam teori. Faham area di conclusion? Ada soalan? Dapat? Saya ulang. Conclusion jawab objektif. Objektif kamu ada 3, conclusion kamu ada 3. Okay, you olah ayat supaya objektif tersebut terjawab. Okay, and for the last area, for the last part, conclusion dah siap, you pergi kepada part of exercises question. Means the question. Mana nak dapat soalan ini? Dalam lab manual. Akhir sekali. So kita ada 3 soalan. So kita perlukan 3 jawapan. Dapat? Ada soalan nak tanya? Itulah format you punya writing report for this experiment untuk hari ini. Any question you want to ask? Ada respon? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Tak ada? Ada soalan?
Tak ada, madam.
Tak ada, okay. So, I hope you understand. Okay. So, this is a table result. Okay. I print screen supaya boleh awal-awal copy. Okay. The writing report must be prepared only within 3 days after this. So, maksudnya you kena submit dalam Google Classroom bila? Writing report hanya 3 hari sahaja. So, hari ni hari Selasa. So, you kena hantar hari Jumaat. Okay, Jumaat tengah malam. Off dia. Dapat So, maksudnya hari Sabtu saya dah boleh check dah you punya writing report. Okay. So, okay, boleh kan? Okay, ada soalan lain?
Madam, nak tanya balik yang soalan kalau empirical formula dia ada point tadi macam mana?
Ambil je point dia, tak perlu round off. So bila you dah bila dah kira dapat point kan. Kalau kita belajar dalam tutorial session, kita kena darab any number supaya jadi whole number, betul? Okay, tapi sekarang dalam eksperimen tak payah. Tak payah round off, okay? Kalau round off, kalau nilai dia dapat 1.99, ni logik round off jadi 2. Okay. Tapi kalau dapat nilai seperti ini, decimal places, ambil sahaja you buat conclusion, ini je eksperimen data kita. So maksudnya daripada theoretical, daripada calculation, kita tahu oh nilai ini, confirm error banyak. Itu bukti yang kenapa kita boleh trace berapa banyak error. So nilai tersebut kalau lari banyak daripada teori bermaksud kita punya data banyak salah. So itu yang kita nak trace error. Itu yang berlaku dalam eksperimen bila you hands on in lab. Okay, boleh? Ada soalan lain?
Boleh.
Okay. Ada lagi? Tak ada? Okay, so kalau tak ada, remember 3 hari. 3 hari, hari Jumaat. Hari ini submit dulu lesson untuk semalam. Concentration 2 soalan. Faham? Dah ada dalam GC. Okay. So kalau tak ada apa-apa, betul tak ada soalan? Okay. So prepare your writing report. So I think we can end lah. Kita boleh end of our discussion. So you boleh, kamu boleh terus buat eksperimen. Terus buat writing report dah sejam yang berikutnya. So dah boleh siap kerja kamu. Sebab kita